in the chat box where you're coming from. Where are you attending from? Let's light up the chat here. Where are you attending from today? Put it in the chat. And let's see. Joyce, if you would, yep, perfect timing. Joyce, you are reading my mind. Oh my goodness, we have a past district governor, Richard Cortopassi, coming in. He's also a Trekkie, and Jeanette, he serves on the Comic-Con advisory. Richard Cortopassi, Richard, live long and prosper, buddy. Good to see you here. We were just talking about Star Trek. Hey, Mark Shapiro from Voyagers Club. Thank you. Thank you. Swami, thank you. You are the closest club to me in Oneonta, New York. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Another PDD and current DD, Rhonda Walthall. Thank you, one of our trailblazers. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, Swami. I did speak for your club. It was a virtual session on marketing. And now your presidents, did I see your presidents distinguished? Amazing. Amazing what a little bit of marketing will do to turn a club around. My goodness, this is like old homes week. We've got Norm Nomura coming in, Rhonda, Mark Shapiro. Hi, Linda. Your sister popped me a note again this morning.
You have people from London also attending.
Oh, let's see. What time is it in Cambridge? What time is it? Is it +8? Oh, glad to have you here.
Yeah, it's 8 hours ahead of you.
Craig, thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Good evening to you.
It's actually Thursday here. We jump a few days ahead of you.
What?
Sometimes I get away with it, but usually people think, come on, we're not going to pull that one on you. Come on, man.
Right. I've spoken in the UK before. You can't pull it that far over my eyes. But good humor. And that's with a U. So good humor with a U. There you go.
Yeah, get it right. That's it.
All right. Oh, London. Wonderful. So you and Connor are both from London. Are you in the same? Oh, no, we've got London, Ontario. Thank you. Aha.
I'm waiting for somebody from London, US. That would make it a trio.
Well, we do have, because there's London, New York.
See?
Atlanta, Georgia. Good to have you here. Is that District 44 in Georgia? And home of accredited speaker Forrest Tuff?
I need to learn how you memorize everything.
Oh, it's scary. It's scary.
Yes, indeed.
Celine, what are you laughing at?
Just listening to all of this get started this morning. And I heard Trek talk earlier. I just gave a speech on lessons of Trek as well.
I love it. Do you have a copy of the Toastmaster magazine that it was featured? We had captains, Richard Cortopassi.
Oh, I missed it.
He's a bigger collector of Trek than even I am. He has a room dedicated to it. But I do have that magazine somewhere. I love speaking on the parallels between Toastmasters and Star Trek, but that's a whole nother keynote. Good for you. All right. All right. So Celine, make sure to connect with Jeanette Burton and Richard Cortopassi on here. Oh my goodness. It's okay. It's time to start. Okay. I'm going to be quiet.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this awesome presentation that Sheryl Roush has graciously offered District 5. We are so excited to have her here. My name is Sujata Yelepedi. I'm the District Director for District 5. I'm honored to be part of District 5, and I believe in it. And Sheryl confirmed that this is one of the best districts, and that's why she is doing this for me. I really want to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy day on a weekend to attend this event. And I'm sure you will go more wiser than you started with and get tips on marketing your club to success. With that, I would like to welcome my club. Huh? Hello? I would
Please mute everyone.
I would like to welcome our Club Growth Director, Mr. Nico Podamitis, to get this event rolling. Please help me welcome Nico, DTM.
Thank you, Sujata, and good morning, everyone. I would like to know, are your promotional efforts producing the results? Do you want greater response on your marketing and fresh ideas to boost your membership? Get ready to learn tried and proven tips to apply to your outreach online and in print. Marketing is fundamental to the success of your club. In this insightful session, you will learn the 3 stages of how readers read and what they need in your promotion, view samples with before and after makeover suggestions, and explore the benefits of hosting a Speechcraft series to boost your membership. Our session presenter is a subject matter expert in this field and generously shares over 45 years in graphics and marketing with us today. Add to that 36 years as a Toastmaster and 13 years as a brand ambassador. Sheryl Roush owned 5 graphic design studios in San Diego, received 4 Toastmasters International Awards for newsletters, and has published 5 books on this topic. The Solid Gold Newsletter Design illustrated book created for Toastmasters then became a course book at the University of Ottawa in Canada. Sheryl is also the author of the International Book Awards Best Anthology for Heart of a Toastmaster, showcasing 135 members globally sharing their stories, and was dedicated to Helen Blanchard. CEO of Sparkle Presentations Incorporated, this native San Diegan from Southern Chula Vista now resides in Southern New York. She was an official sponsor for the Toastmaster International Convention this August in the Bahamas. In this Market Like a Pro session, get ready to discover how to promote your club to potential members with distinguished Toastmaster, past District 5 Governor, accredited speaker, Sheryl Roush.
Wow, thank you. District 5, hey, it's really good to be home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have not yet downloaded the handout from the chat box, please do that now. There are going to be 2 handouts in this session because we've added value regarding how exactly can you boost your current membership by recruiting non-members into your club. So there will be a second handout coming up. This will be a little bit of Warp 9. We're going to do a Vulcan mind meld with you for my turkeys on the line. As you are downloading, let's talk about meeting math and why this particular session might be pretty important to your club right now. If we were to break it down and if we had no overlap at all with meeting roles, including 3 speakers, let's say in an hour, hour 15, hour and a half meeting, you need 15 role models, 15 people just to fulfill those roles. Then there would be a 1 Zoom master if it's hybrid or virtual. That means 16 people present in your club meeting. So you might be sitting there thinking, uh-oh, we're only at half of that. Yeah, and how's the energy level? Let's talk about how to boost it though, and how it can be more valuable for you and your Toastmasters experience and all of those people who join you as well. Plus, what if you had table topics participants and 2 guests per meeting, plus audience? Wow. All right. So if you would please think about how many members do you currently have in your club? Because I can tell you that in our District 5, there are 39 clubs out of the 100 clubs that are under 15 membership right now. So if you're thinking, oh, that's not us, that's 1/3. That's over 1/3. 12 of our clubs are under 7 members, yet the average membership per club in District 5 right now is 12 to 15. And because I do speak on this program around the world, I can tell you that those are pretty common for other districts too. We need to bounce back. COVID, let's put it behind us. Let's get back into meeting face to face, remembering to put on shoes, clothes, and smiles. You got it. All right. So healthy membership. We may have forgotten this too. The magic number is 20 in order to maintain charter strength for our community clubs. So what happens if your club also meets inside the corporation for the employees? So it's not a community club inside of a corporation, but it is actually a corporation or business hosted program. 25 is suggested and maintained all the time, including involving the HR department. Well, you and I both know that more members is more creativity, more energy, more engagement, more feedback, more fun. Oh my gosh, more guests. It enriches our experience and supports not only our club mission for existence, but also Toastmasters International. So I have a question for you. Get ready to activate the chat box. What is your definition of marketing? What is your definition of marketing? And I'm going to hit the chat here and let me see what you're saying. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for putting into the chat where you're attending from. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, complete this statement. Marketing is what? Come on, jump in. We have over 40 people right now. Touch points with your potential clients. Thank you. Critical to attracting guests. Thank you. Sharing information with others. Yes. Public relations, publicizing, demonstrating value. Thank you, Norm. All right. Awareness, education, a call to action, working to be a better club, shouting out what we are proud about with our clubs, presenting your club to the world. Oh, great. All right, let's see. Thank you, Richard Cortopassi, what we are all about. Thank you. Reaching a large audience to bring in interested people. Great. And we have a global potential marketing. All right, so letting people know how to connect with the things they want. Telling others what you enjoy doing and the benefits. Dorothy, thank you very much. Benefits. And let's see, engaging target audience or customers. And for us, it's also going to be members. All right, letting others know why they should attend your club. Thank you, CJ. To sell a product, a service, yes. And educating and encouraging potential new members to become part of the Toast family. Thank you. And building a better machine. Sorry if I missed your chat because thank you for lighting it up. Well, guess what? You are correct. So let's apply that to Toastmasters then. Here's what I believe is that Toastmasters is getting the word out that we are the solution to their problem. That's what our marketing is. Would you agree with that? Yeah, because all of your answers are correct. Well, we also need to explore and identify who our markets are. And we have more than one, we have two. So the very first of our markets is internal. This would be with current members. When we are posting information about, the next meeting theme, that's internal. That's not really messaged properly to go outside of the club. What we're going to be focusing on primarily is our second market, external, outside of. These are for our potential members. Everything that I share with you in this session, though, can be translated to internal, external messages. And if you have your own business or service or product, you can even apply it to that. And yes, even promoting yourself as a speaker. So let's dive deep here. All right, so let's take a look at, and if you haven't downloaded the handout, we are on page 2 already. We're going to take a look at understanding what your needers read, and this information comes to us from the American Library Association, as well as the 3 stages of marketing communication, which this source is David Ogilvy from his book, Confessions of an Advertising Man. So grab your pen, let's get ready to write this in, because this relates to online, in print, and on-screen type of marketing, including emails. The first percentage accounts for 10 to 15% are referred to as non-readers. So our non-readers may also be where English English, sorry, for those from the UK, we'll call it American. So American or English as a general language, which is the most spoken here in America. But it might mean that that's not the recognized or fluent language of those who are also in our ideal market right here in the US. Again, I'm staying to US, although it also does relate globally. And thank you for your attendance. We have Kazakhstan as well as here today. So non-readers need simple words and definitely visual aids. So photos are going to help with that. The second group matches the first, as avid readers are 10 to 15%. You might be one of those. Did you read the entire promotional write-up in the email and go to the website before you registered for this session today? Yeah, you're an avid reader. And if there were any type of graphical mistakes, bless you little hearts, you're the ones that found it. Yeah, thank you. Please pop me a personal email note on that. All right, so 70 to 80%, we're skimmers. We love to scan and browse. We need the bullet points. Unlike avid readers, read everything. Skimmers are looking for the bullet points of how does this relate to me? And as soon as it does, we are quick decision makers. We also appreciate good graphic design. The avid readers, just give me text to read and I'm, you'll be happy with that. So here's our challenge as a person creating these marketing materials. We need to balance that message for all three reading audiences on that. Well, how does this go into a layout then? The 3 stages must occur in this order. Stage 1 is relevance. Here, the reader's looking at something, skimming or getting ready to convert to an avid reader. And they're looking at it saying, well, should I read it, file it, toss it, or click out, click away? Stage 1 needs to answer the question of what's in it for me. You and I do the same thing when we're looking at something. The time available, according to David Ogilvy's research, is very brief. It's 1 to 7 seconds. It's that fast. Even opening an email based on the subject line may be 1.5 seconds. So we need to grab their attention. It's almost a pattern interrupt. And I'll share with you some of my top marketing strategies to do that and how it relates to you and bringing people into your club or into your business. Stage 2, then after we've established relevance, is now confirmation. In, let's see, Parlez-vous français? I just spoke in, let's see, Montreal, Canada. And confirmation also means pertinent. I love that. So was I right? Does it relate to me? The time available here in stage 2 is longer. Our avid readers love that. And our skimmers will also start converting from a skimmer into an avid reader in up to 90 seconds. Now we're browsing through the rest of the piece and we're looking for confirmation that yes, it's relevant to us. If not, that would be the point where we click away. Now, the third stage, it must be in its own zone. It cannot be out of order or the marketing will not work. Stage 1 is the action stage, or also known as the call to action. Here the question, because the reader has established relevance and confirmation, they're looking for, okay, this relates to me. What do I do next? What do I do now? And we need to tell them exactly what we want them to do. Whether it's email, attend the meeting, go to the website, whatever action you want to drive. The time available is ALAN, as long as needed. The avid readers will go back and reread and see if they missed anything, or if you did, they may reach out and ask you. Skimmers, again, quick decision makers. How does that look on a layout then? If we did a vertical poster, the relevance goes up at the very top. It's a thin area up there at the top. Confirmation takes up the majority of the real estate here. And at the lower portion is the call to action. In our social media posters, then this might be what it looks like. So as you keep this in mind going forward and looking at samples from not only District 5, but also around the globe, then look at where things are placed. Here's an example that I did for District 46 here in New York, by the way. So as you notice that up at the top there are the questions. Questions, and here's my big golden nugget from this, is to name the pain, their challenge or their issue, and hand it back to them in the form of a question. that then they get it, it relates to them, that they affirm, yes, I need this. So with this particular flyer on how to create an effective speech contest flyer, specifically, I asked 3 questions up at the top. Then a slight soft close, attend this, how to free graphic design webinar. All of this, by the way, is done with Toastmasters International branding, fonts, colors, and images. And you'll see that in my own samples here. And we will also take a look at branding today. So again, what's in it for me? How to is the #1 selling seminar or meeting or even a subtitle for a program according to the Meeting Professionals International. So if you can have how to as a subtitle, it establishes the relevance with your potential buyer, person, or member. And again, more confirmation. What am I going to get from this? I'm going to discover these tick marked 3 different things. And then the call to action, how to register, and then additional relevance and confirmation regarding the speaker's bio. So again, people want to know why this person, why this topic, what am I going to learn? What am I going to take away from it? So one of the key things that we need to watch out for, in addition to those 3 stages being out of order, as in our name and our logo placed in the relevance zone 1 when those are actually zone 3 elements. All right, so count with me how many red circles, because the point in this being that be really careful how many things that we do that are focused on us, about us, instead of them. So I've circled those in red. There's 2, there's 3, us, our, there's 4. Oh, fall open house. If they're looking at our marketing and they are thinking, so what? Why should I care? It's not about them. It's about us. All right, that's 5. Oh, committed. That's us. That's not about them. All right, so then 5, 6. Okay. Oh, and they're not going to care about the Guinness World Records because they have no concept. There's no correlation. What does this even relate to? All right, so then if you were to go back through your marketing materials and grab a red pen, circle everything that is about you, not about them, put that in red, but then go into green of what's in it for them. Here's probably the most important part in this particular graphic. How Toastmasters, again, that's us. Bottom line though, help you or help improve your public speaking and build leadership skills. So if that statement was instead turned into 1 or 3 questions placed at the top, and the logos and the club's name be placed at the bottom, already just by rearranging the elements, it would already have been more successful. And it is true, we are supportive, friendly, and fun. It is true. But we still need to establish what's their bottom line need. Here's an example of this. Real Orators, I hope that you are on the session. This was submitted. Thank you very much. And this is what they were using for their general club information. All right. So if become an art director here, what doesn't work? We jump right in with the benefits of, we don't even know what Toastmasters is yet. Again, think non-member, someone who has never heard of our beautiful organization, which has transformed our lives. And then we've got the logo up there, right? And then it goes right into a stage 3 of start building this week. We've got a photo down in the bottom. Is that an afterthought? I'm not sure. What does work here is the list of what is going to be the benefit for those who attend. So here's what I did. All right, you got this one in your head? I did a simple makeover on this. Using the same photo, cropping it a little bit, adding more information of Toastmasters down at the bottom, the Toastmaster logo in where the photo was. But notice how it starts off with one question based on where they were going with the theme. Are you ready to build a better you? That's the relevance, the pattern interrupt question, naming the pain, handing it back. Then a soft solution. Now is the time to learn personal and professional skills you will use. And then actual tick marks, because tick marks, check marks, relate to relevance. It's almost as if we see those and we're going through those in our mind, establishing relevance to ourselves. Then information regarding the club is over there. All are welcome. Start building this week. And then the information about the club in the bottom right-hand corner. This taps into those 3 stages of how people look at things. So how can you start identifying your market? On page 3 inside of the handout, this is a worksheet for you. And I encourage you to take this back to your club and actually have a conversation of any type of example or an event that you have coming up, is to actually use this as a checklist. The most important parts here are under identifying your market. And then you want to think, because if we were to say, and thank you that in the chat, when I asked the question of marketing is what, and who is our market? And if we say everyone, yeah, no, because the message and the messenger need to match the particular audience. Begin with the end in mind. As our Golden Gavel Award recipient, Dr. Stephen Covey, who's also the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, as well as numerous other great publications, begin with the end in mind. It's the second of the 7 habits. Think, who do you want to attract to your club? And if you think for a second, because our clubs really do have personalities, don't they? And often our clubs attract people of common interest. And yours may be a specialty club that focuses on one particular area. So if that is who you want to invite and attract into your club, then put that into this worksheet. And exactly who do you want to attract? What are their pains, their needs? Are they job seekers now that people are coming back to the workplace again? Are they professionals? Are they entrepreneurs? Who are they? People of common interest within the community or to a cause or an organization that needs a speakers bureau? That would be fabulous to have you use your voice for. What are the benefits to them? Why would they attend? And then I've given you some checklists between this page and the next. All right, so then let's talk about some of those needs and problems. And I'm going to put up a list here, but please put into the chat, what needs and problems and challenges do you see that Toastmasters can help be the solution to? Or what desired outcomes would they like and receive as a result of participating in our practice-based experience of our clubs? So what needs, what problems, what challenges? All right, I'm going to click on the chat. Let's see what you got going here. Right. Okay, so is it recommended to have one call to action or a choice of actions? I would give them the main one, but you could definitely have more than one call to action, whether it's email or just come to the meeting or click over to the website. You definitely could. All right, so great. Okay, so thank you. Great responses. What are their needs? Work presentations, debriefings. How about meeting management, using your voice, courage to stand up to speak, presenting more professionally and be remembered for the right reasons. Thank you. All right. And then interview, keeping calm and carrying, being an advocate, as in an animal advocate, going to court and using your voice. All right, keeping calm, carrying things on. Yes, one thing. Okay, great. Making friends. Thank you. It could be for social. Then let's add to that networking. And even though we are not officially a networking organization, we are one of the best networking families I've ever seen. Interview preparation. Yes, thank you. Yes. Answering, okay, so tell me about yourself, a question in a job interview. All right, to become a better speaker, improving in a language that is not your native language, work-life balance, job interviews, talking confidently with the boss, learning to be great. So it could be when you see great ideas in here, and make sure to save the chat at the end of this session, and you do that by going into the bottom of the chat box and those 3 little dots down there, it'll pop up and give you an option to save chat. Because what if everybody else here is helping you do the work? What if you copied those and put them into a flyer of these are the things that you can help learn and overcome inside of the organization? There you go. So this one is from, let's see, District 112 in New Zealand. I love this. This was from their website, and it's external. That's what we're focused on here. They answer the question and they're blatant. I love this. What is in it for you? Cannot be any more specific than that. And the visual icons also help sell it. And then for entrepreneurs and professionals, So they did a great job with that. Feel free to capture screenshots on a couple of these. Oops. And here's what we did. Another one for helping professionals. This one's District 73, also out of Australia. Really well done. And the graphics go with it. And especially post-COVID, people need us now more than ever. As you think about your event and who it's for, remember matching the message, the messenger with that particular ideal audience. Here is that page that is a checklist for you on page 4 inside of the handout. And you can go straight through this and tick off the things as you've got them. Feel free to add to this worksheet what else needs to go into your particular event, and make sure to include it. And then use these for every event that you create. So this is the flyer from this exact session. This was the marketing flyer again, and you can see how everything is right there. It's a tried and proven formula of what goes where, and now you understand why. Relevance with the questions up at the top, the what's in it for me, the confirmation of the bullet point areas, and the call to action, and then again, additional relevance and confirmation. And the photos here, the 2 photos and images, the Speechcraft logo over on the right are balancing the logo for the program, Market Like a Pro, up at the top. So that's a little added of why that went there. The best way to increase membership, in addition to everything else that you're doing, and especially number 1 is to invite people to your club. Number 2 is to utilize Toastmasters Speechcraft educational series. And it's never been as easy as it is now that everything is digital. And you can host a Speechcraft program in person, hybrid, or virtual. So one of my original club members is on our session today. And it was 36 years ago, coming up 37 years ago, March 15th, 1987, when I was personally invited by a woman I met at a networking meeting. She started asking me questions, and here's the tip for us. We want to jump in and say, oh, you need to come to Toastmasters. Okay, cool your jets just a little bit, all right? Listen to what their pains are, and then catch your breath and say, you might be interested in a communication and leadership environment to practice skills. She listened to my heart that day because all of my employees at my graphic design studios were my senior. And I was taught to use respect when addressing those older than myself. And she did. She said, you might be interested in an 8-week communication skills series. Write that down. Write that down. Speechcraft is kind of our in-house word for this, and I've had conversations with our CEO, Dan Rex, regarding this. Speechcraft is the trademark, and this is exactly how it's used. We can, however, use a how-to subtitle, or in the case of Voyagers 5315, right here in District 5, called it a communication skills series. Now, Mary Porter, the woman who invited me, went a little bit farther, and she said, I'll even buy you breakfast. Okay, well, what time is this? 7 a.m. What? In Old Town? What? At the El Fandango Mexican restaurant? Oh, in Bazaar del Mundo? Oh my gosh, I don't get up that early. I run a business. Well, I did. And it was incredibly transformational. I knew that when I stepped through those doors with the fire crackling on that crisp March meeting, that I had found my tribe. I'd found my people, and I found my voice. Speechcraft. So I am a walking testament to, do people join on a Speechcraft? Yes, we do. And we have stayed. So I'm going to give you some information on Speechcraft as an overview. And I encourage you to watch this recent 90-minute video, which is a loaded session for District 23 over in New Mexico, complete with the handout. So thank you, Joyce, for putting this handout into the chat box as well, and the video on my YouTube channel. Not only is it 1 full hour of information about the Speechcraft program, how to use it to boost your membership during regular club meetings, which is what I joined. Speechcraft, as an 8-week series, was held during the regular club meeting. And the club was already healthy at that time. I'm going to guess at least 20, 24 people. But one of the secrets to success of Voyagers Club going up into the top 12 of the world of the largest club memberships was that every 6 months we would host a Speechcraft program. We need to stay healthy. We need to maintain it. There's attrition. There's people who in San Diego, a military town. It could be students coming and going and in your own towns and communities and countries. Same thing. We need to constantly be recruiting people who need what it is that we have to offer. So please consider watching this. So here's an overview regarding Speechcraft. It's completely digital and online. You can purchase the 5 digital bundles. And for your topics of what do you do during those Speechcraft programs, you can actually use any of these educational speech topics, which are, you download it for free. All of these are free, whether you decide to do a Speechcraft or as a special free seminar. You'll also hear me say, because I've done research on this, my own personal research indicates that open houses do not recruit members. Sorry, they don't. However, Speechcrafts do. And if you launch it 2 weeks after hosting a free seminar, which you will also get a very high attendance for, then during that Speechcraft program, the educational sessions given by your members, which will stretch them and keep them interested instead of drifting away, that they can use these topics, which in the download zip, there are the PowerPoint slides and the curriculum guide of exactly what to do. If you want to become a professional speaker or trainer, download these anyway. They are well done, and I checked them to check if are they still current, as far as topic. Yes, they are. They're still relevant. All right, so then with the 5 digital Speechcrafter, these are non-members, although your members benefit by having the program at the same time. Then the Speechcrafter is a practice-based hybrid experience for them. Your club members become guides, mentors, to work with them through their projects. When they complete the 4, 6, or 8-week session, especially the 8-week session, they will have completed level 1 in pathways. So how you charge for this, TI has a policy that indicates that how non-members are charged for a Speechcraft series may not be more than 1 full year of TI dues, which is $120 US. All right, so we are paying $60 every 6 months, so no more than $120 for the entire program. What do you do with that money? It stays in the club because the club is who purchases the digital bundle. A member of the club becomes Speechcraft coordinator so that they can earn credit toward their distinguished Toastmaster designation. And the members stay because it's a safe place for them to practice in a supportive environment. That's exactly what happened with me. And here I am 36 years later. So check out Speechcraft, check out the Better Speaker series. And this is an actual flyer that I designed for Sharp Toastmasters, of which I am still a member right there at Sharp Hospital in Chula Vista. And feel free to capture a screenshot of this. This was the external flyer that went around not only in the hospital for employees, in their mailboxes, because one of our members is Volunteer of the Year. I love that, Ray Biter. And that he went into each of the mailboxes, got it approved. It went out in the employee newsletters and the debriefings and the intranet. Other members delivered them and posted them up on bulletin boards throughout the community. When we delivered this one, and this was, I believe, 3 years ago now, it was completely in person. The same concepts transferred to today. So whether it is virtual or hybrid or completely in person, and this breaks it down to the what goes where now that you've seen everything. So under the Speechcraft word, there it is, a 6-week communication skills training program. This is loaded with benefits. So you can take everything that you just saw in the chat, save that and put it into how you want to match your message to your audience in a messenger such as a flyer or a poster. I will share with you what happened with this, that we did a free seminar 2 weeks prior to launching the Speechcraft. The entire team of our club officers were on board with this. We found out who needed, and it was Floyd Strayer's only, his final requirement to earn his Distinguished Toastmaster. We went from 8 members in the club to having the free seminar, packed the room at Sharp Hospital with 65 people. Out of that, let's see, of the guests, you figure the rest of them were guests. Oh, and we had food. Food always helps with free events and getting people to show up. But it was a free seminar on public speaking skills that people could apply right there in their job and in their lives. So of those 65, there were 14 people who joined the Speechcraft, enrolled that night at, and you'll see at $50 was a tuition that we charged at that time. And it included their materials, plus their weekly club meetings through the end of that term. All right, so ching, 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 ching. You could charge, so even though it's $10 a person for the digital, actually materials fee, it can be used as a fundraiser for the club as long as the funds stay within the club for educational purposes, not throwing parties. Just by the way, there's TI policies on that. So if you charge $50 a person, that covers their materials and their dues for the rest of the term, and you let them know that the ongoing weekly meetings for their practice is included, they will stay. There's your simple conversion. So have a free seminar, not an open house. Just switch the name of it and call it a free seminar. Open house means you're selling a house. I mean, just no, it's not relevant. People don't know what it is, and it takes too much effort for us to train them. So instead, call it free seminar. They get it. Have a great title of whatever it's going to be. Do that and bring them in. All right. Then 2 weeks later, launch the Speechcraft series. Have your guides lined up, and I have some more tips for you regarding how to be prepared for Speechcraft as well. Fulfill the need and be the solution. So as you're thinking about this, and feel free to put your answers in the chat box, what groups or organizations do you know of that could be served by a Speechcraft series? So if you're not hosting the Speechcraft during your regular club meetings to boost your current membership and reinvigorate your current members, what organizations outside, maybe nonprofit organizations, that you could still conduct a Speechcraft series for 6 or 8 weeks? And everything is broken down in the Speechcraft coordinator materials. Everything is there, all the agendas, everything that you need to know. Then that, because the Speechcraft coordinator must be of the hosting club, because non-members cannot access any of the proprietary information. So you can still get credit as a Speechcraft coordinator for another organization. Right there in San Diego, Joyce Persicelli, James Tucker, Kristen Halvin. Let's see, we had 4 accredited speakers who volunteered to be part of the training team for the San Diego Charger cheerleaders. We trained them consecutively, 28 girls on the squad for 20 consecutive years, including when they moved to Los Angeles. I know. 2 years, we also traveled up, oh my goodness, in Bob Unger's Tesla, and we would sing karaoke on the way back. But anyway, we donated our time. We were not paid for any of that. And we, as the members, also covered the materials. So coordinators, and for every 5 people in the digital bundle Speechcrafter set, you can have 1 coordinator. If you have more than 5, let's say you have 8, consider having a second coordinator and maybe breaking it into 2 of 4 and 4, then 2 members of your club get credit for serving as Speechcraft coordinator, and it better serves those Speechcrafters. That's what our participants are referred to. And who in your club can be of support? Ask them who needs a credit towards their Distinguished Toastmaster, and when could your club host a series inside your regular meeting schedule in order to boost your current membership and get back to what's the magic number for charter strength? 20. Thank you. You were listening. All right. So then District 5 here with our mantra of let's thrive together. There are membership campaigns. So if you're looking ahead to Talk Up Toastmasters from January 1st to March 31st, it would be ideal. Let's do some timeline on this. So if you purchase, your club purchases a digital bundle for $50, goes through the club treasury, the club itself pays for it, as opposed to an individual. Same thing when the fees are collected, it goes back through the club treasury, keep it all clean. You do not need to determine a speech track coordinator now. You do not need to set a start date. You just leave that area open when you purchase a bundle. Hold on to that order purchase number. That's going to be critical for when you do decide to start. So then let's say that, and you review all of the Speechcraft coordinator materials, because you can do that in advance, and get your guides from your club, everybody aligned so that they know what they're doing. Then in January, let's say early January, first couple of weeks, you have a free seminar. And then 2 weeks later, you launch your Speechcraft series. You will be able to qualify for all of these incentives. Plus, the district will reimburse your $50 for that original digital bundle. Ooh, ching, 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 ching. All right, check out the District 5 website for more information regarding resources. It just makes sense. Why not finish the year strong? Well, we have a golden resource right here. Her name is Ann Golden. She is president of our great communicators right here in District 5. And she has provided for us. Thank you for putting this into the chat. And Ann, thank you very much for letting us use this document of important links. She is in District 38 here on the East Coast, and District 83, also on the East Coast, but a member of District 5 as well. So thank you very much for serving as she presents the best deep dive tutorial I've ever seen on being a Speechcraft coordinator. And she has one coming up. Thank you for putting that link into the chat as well, coming up in just a couple of days. So whether you can or can't attend, make sure to register for it so that you will have access to the video. And feel free to add to the chat any additional information regarding your session coming up in just a couple of days. She is truly a golden resource. So thank you. Now, as you're talking about your marketing, all right, so we understand who our potential audiences might be, how to reach them with the 3 stages, how they like to read things, where things get placed in the layout. Let's talk about those elements that go into the layout and to abide by Toastmasters International branding. Our brand was completely refreshed back in 2010. And at that time, I was asked by World Headquarters to serve as a brand ambassador. And I still, to this day, take it very seriously. We need to have a common look so that everywhere around the globe, people will know that we are part of this organization, that Toastmasters represents communication and leadership everywhere that we go. Last month, the brand portal was completely updated. The brand manual no longer exists, but everything is online for us to be able to access through the brand portal. So thank you, Joyce, for putting these links right into our chat as well. Everything that you need is there for developing, let's see, your website, your business cards, everything across the board. Here's a couple of critical things regarding using the Toastmasters logo. These are examples of, yes, what you can do. So for instance, a district can put their district number underneath the logo. Districts may not incorporate a logo into anything else superimposed or tilted or slanted or in anything of the like. And this is critical for clubs as well as districts. It is very clear in all of the text to give you an idea. Now, the good news here is that in addition to our color palette, these are our colors. So anything that's used, especially on external marketing and and please abide by it for your club so that everybody is on the same page using all of the same colors. These are our primary colors, True Maroon, Loyal Blue, and Cool Gray, which are great colors. But if you really want to grab attention, use that happy yellow. Because in the color psychology, yellow promotes cheerfulness, stimulates mental stimulation, and moves people to action. So between the True Maroon, Loyal Blue, and the happy yellow, that's your best 3-color combination. The new color added is now we can also use black. So be mindful in how you use that, and especially with photos. My golden tip here is take photos from your gallery, from your hybrid meetings, from your in-person meetings, and actually use your people with permission. You can stage them, they can be candid, crop out anything, obnoxious in the background, like exit signs, and actually demonstrate, because people want to see, what is my experience going to be like? If they can imagine being able to walk into your room and they actually see you, it's like, oh my gosh, you're in the photo. That instantly helps confirm and develop trust for them. So be real careful. Here's what we know. Stay away from images that do not connect Toastmasters environment. No toasters, sorry. I know some of us. Yeah, And then anything regarding landscapes, animals, children, food appliances. There it is. I do have, Crockpot by Toastmasters. Had to get it. Just had to get it. Medicine, architecture, do not use, and this is so tempting for us, so tempting. Do not use cartoons, illustrations, or clip art in materials created for clubs, areas, divisions, districts, and regions, especially because the cartoons diminish the serious transformation we create. All right, so then we have fonts. These are our regular fonts, and you can download these for free. Again, Gotham, Myriad Pro, there's some alternatives there, Montserrat. Well, we have 2 new fonts. I love this, because if you're having your club anniversary, or that you're having some type of special event and you need a script, these scripts are beautiful, and you can download these for free from the brand portal. So Corinthia, absolutely beautiful, especially for handwriting, and you'll see that in some of my slides here. The luxurious script, I would say, for those anniversaries. It looks high end. Corinthia, though, looks very approachable. So you have fonts, colors, images. Here's a good example from District 83. Again, good use, and I believe this was developed in Canva. So get whatever software program it is that you're using to work for you. Here's one from District 1, so Keith Jackson. And there's the question right up there at the top. I would move the logo from there, and I've already done a program for them. So my suggestion was move the Toastmaster logo down to the bottom portion of it and add bullet points instead of the 2 paragraphs. Good use of, again, photo, branding, fonts. Take a breath. Are you ready to see some of your own samples? Yeah, okay, ready? All right. All right, Real Orators. This is a regular club meeting promotion. It has a fun background. That's acceptable to do. If you were to do an immediate tweak on this, change all the fonts, because the fonts are in Avant-Garde and Bookman, or Century School Book, then change the fonts to the branding fonts, double check the colors. I think that they're okay, but that is a tweak. That's just a tweak. All right, Mark Shapiro, thank you very much. He is an expert, by the way. When it comes to video, he knows what he's doing. Here's what we need to do, though, and in any type of sample such as this, then again, ask the questions up at the top, and it could be, instead of learn what you need to know, which is a great call to action, is ask a question up at the top instead. I needed to research this for myself because I wondered if it was in fact a Toastmasters club. It is. However, Video Masters cannot have its own logo as such. It could be used as an image elsewhere on the layout, but it would need to have a Toastmaster logo officially and Toastmaster colors as well. The QR codes definitely work, and all the best, because this is fantastic. I'm glad that you created that. Again, be careful, Harbor Court. Thank you for all the samples that you submitted. So we got a little carried away with the toys. Be careful about that. So open house, and see how open house guest welcome is down at the bottom instead of at the top. rearrange the real estate here, because what Toastmasters can do for you, those are the key, most important things in an external marketing piece. Golden triangle. So I'm going to say that this is an internal, because you're having people, thank you, Linda, that you're having people look at, add the caption to the theme. Very fun. And the blackish gray can go with it. Your find needs a Toastmaster logo. Make sure to represent. This one, let's see, Club 47, one of our older clubs in our district. Thank you. All right, so change the fonts. Now you've got some other fonts that you can use with that. And see where it says how to become a keynote speaker? That is called cartoon font. You want to avoid that unless it's a humorous speech contest. Otherwise, we're not taken seriously. Chamber Club for a virtual open house. This just needs some tweaks done with it to get back in with branding again, and put information lower. James Tucker, we know him from Laugh Masters. Marianne, thank you very much for submitting this on their behalf. This is a standard type of template. So what we could do instead is ask some questions up there, because the bottom line benefit is you will be empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, but it's the smallest text on there. Okay, other than our slogan for Toastmasters. All right, so just rearrange it, and have a free seminar. Have a free seminar instead of open house. Balboa Park, you had some fun with James Bond. That's 007. Thank you very much. Hey, Craig, you're on here. Thank you. Thank you very much for attending. And let's see. So again, the fonts are looking fine. Those are Gotham, except for the open house event. And really good recognition for that. Toastmasters logo. Maybe just change it from an open house event to a special event. And then that's going to draw people in. And this was the other marketing that also went along with that. Very clever and not shaken or stirred. What if that were the question, naming the pain? Do you feel shaken or stirred when giving a speech? Question mark. Ooh, write that down. Craig, that was good. Okay. Anyway, and watch out for our branding on that too. So this one, the fonts are one of my favorites. It's called Papyrus. However, does not emulate anything for us for Toastmasters. All right, so Harbor Court. And I love the creativity here. Just rearrange the text. Utilize your 3 stages of relevance, confirmation, and then action. And I would correct these templates now so that they are ready to go for next year. That's what I would do with that. Lovely backgrounds. You also did a great club meeting promotion that you hand out at community events. So thank you, Marianne, as well as Jen. So again, this one jives. It's great, but reverse the real estate. Put the information that's the smallest down at the bottom and put it up in that big blue bubble up there at the top. All right. So those show you some good examples. I know it's kind of like a little art show right there. Here's what I had offered to do, that each club submitting a marketing sample where the club actually submitted it. Not that I found it. I snooped. I did research to see what's going on in my district. So each club that submitted a marketing sample was entered to win a chance for an hour consultation with me. And Oneonta Toastmasters, who is on here today, won it in one of the other programs that I did. Oh, actually, it was one of the members that won it individually and shared it with the club. And as a result, that club now just finished President's Distinguished. So they went from well, anyway, to where they are. They already had a good start. So it's a value of $300. Here are the clubs that submitted samples: Balboa Park, Golden Triangle, Harbor Court, Laugh Masters, and Real Orators. And the winner of the Hour Club Coaching with me is Real Orators. So congratulations on that. I look forward to working with you and your entire club. So in this session, you learned tried and proven tips that you can apply immediately to your efforts, both online and in print. You've discovered the 3 stages of marketing communication and simple ways to attract guests into your club environment and new members into your club through Speechcraft. You've received the resources in how to boost your club. So if you're interested in resources from me, those are the final page inside the handout, or download for free the opening story called Homer by Helen Blanchard, of which is dedicated the Heart of a Toastmaster book, which did receive the best anthology from the International Book Awards that gave 135 of our members global recognition. And look in the chat to see who is published in this book, including Joyce Persicelli. So thank you. And if you're interested in becoming a professional speaker, this is the only authorized resource by Toastmasters International for the accredited speaker program. I earned mine in 1993. Ahead of me, Peter Stark and Hal Slater and Barbara Kozam followed me. So we have 4 accredited speakers out of the 93 which have been earned in the world since 1981. The Solid Gold Newsletter Design Book was originally created for vice presidents of marketing, public relations, and for public relations people. And there are numerous samples published right here from our District 5 that are inside that book. It became a course book for marketing communication at the University of Ottawa. So you never know where Toastmasters is going to take you. But I will tell you that if I had not met Mary Porter at a Chamber of Commerce networking meeting, and if she had not listened to me and the pains that I had in my business and invited me to a 3 huevos rancheros breakfast at the El Fandango Mexican restaurant, Bazaar del Mundo, San Diego, California, then I would never have walked through the doors to join what I found out later was Speechcraft and Toastmasters. So I do hope that you fulfill our mission of the invitation. We have a few minutes to open up for questions. It's been my privilege to come home to District 5.
Sheryl, we had a question in the chat at 10:17. Annalicio mentioned that what happened to the use of gradients?
Oh, gradients. Thank you. So gradients as far as shading, yes, you can still use them. You're still okay. Thank you. Using the branding colors, gradients are still fine. Good. That's an advanced design technique. Good for you, Alicia. Thank you. Other questions? All right, so if you're interested in hosting a Speechcraft series, if you would please indicate that in the chat. Let's get excited.
Thank you so much for this great info. I'm about to make a flyer for my club, and we are hosting an open house in January. So this was really good for me to learn.
And we are replacing the open house terminology. Thank you. You're a quick learner.
I was about to change it from open house to community event.
Well, there you go. Community event, free seminar, free community event. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Madam District Director. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Sheryl, when are you coming back to California?
Well, invite me. Well, I know my high school reunion group is talking about our 50th. Yeah, that dates me. Okay, anyway. Invite me. Thank you.
Well, okay. Well, Comic-Con. So anytime you want to come to Comic-Con.
Oh, thank you. You are my connection there. Thank you. All right, Alex, any other questions?
None that I could see. If anybody else who has
we have 2 hands up. We do. All right. So Alex, we have a hand up from Lisa. Thank you. What is your question, please?
Mm-hmm. My question was, I had a second-rate computer that was coming up slowly to get the handouts. So please keep the meeting open another 5 minutes so I can get my handouts.
Okay, you got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And is it Annalisa Way? Pardon my pronunciation. You have your hand up. Yes?
You actually pronounced it quite perfectly. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Annalisa Way. I'm from District 74, Southern Africa. And I was wondering, I've been thinking of how to attract new people in terms of the club meetings. And while just going down of ideas, I thought of having an open mic sessions for people. So my idea behind this is having a slot for people who are non-members, if they want to, if they have a speech or a presentation, whatever they have, to come to the club, present it, and we give them feedback, but have prior requirements for people to at least attend one meeting within the club and then have them in the next meeting. But how do I keep that going so that eventually I can convert them to a member?
Oh, I love the
I was just
idea.
playing around. I was just playing around with this idea. So now I'm happy I'm in an environment like this to get some input on it, on how can I go about retaining the people after they have
There you go.
presented.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and all of that.
And thank you for representing South Africa. Thank you very much. It's great to have you here. I love the idea. I would want to put some structure around it. So it could be that, yes, attend one meeting, then they can do an open mic, and then maybe one more open mic, and the third meeting, they submit application to join. And I think what the benefit is going to be for them is not only for their voice to be heard, but also to receive feedback. So it could be after their first open mic that they are given a coach before their second open mic, and then they'll see the benefits of the feedback that they receive from this program. So I love the idea, email me, I'd love to see what you're doing with this. And I think that I think it's a great idea. So good luck with that. Good luck. Thank you. All right. Is it Anur?
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ainur, yes, go ahead.
Yes, it's me, Ainur. Thank you for your presentation. That was very good. And my question is like that. I'm an Odyssey ambassador for District 108.
You are what? You are
Odyssey project. You see on my background?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, Odyssey ambassador. So it contains 7 countries. And especially I focused on Russia and Kazakhstan, how I can make my presidents, club presidents and official members to be involved in it.
Is this a Toastmaster project?
Yes, of course, Odyssey helps to find correct, mentee and mentor, and at the same time network pay. So in every month, when people register it, they will find what they are looking for. If they are looking for mentors, they will find it and network base. If they are applying for all, for mentees, for mentors. So, and I do the videos, but I'm struggling how to promote inside of the country, in those countries, how I can involve.
Okay. Well, what I can share with you overall is regarding the branding. If it is Toastmaster related, follow Toastmaster branding. So how the branding stipulation is, if there's an organization or a corporation that is also involved with this, keep the logo separate. So like a Toastmaster logo on one side and the Odyssey project on the other side, do not intermingle them, but they can be separate. And be very clear that this is a Toastmaster participation of that. Just be really clear with that. And without more time, then that's what I can share with you for now, though, is be very clear with it. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Melissa, thank you. All right, Melissa, go ahead. Melissa.
No, I'm here.
Yes.
Okay. I am here. Thank you. That was an excellent presentation. And I'm involved with a couple of clubs that are strictly online right now. And we're working towards building membership, but a lot of our members have just got so many overlapping commitments. And we're down to a very, very few members attending our meetings. And I wanted to know, how many members is it recommended to get a speechcraft organized in order for people to come in? Because I'm feeling people would want to come in rather larger group.
Thank you. Now you could, okay, so Ann Golden, again, she does address this in her speechcraft coordinator training, but I can tell you that you need a minimum of 5, and for each attendee, each participant, you need a guide. So there's one-on-one for each guide. Think bigger though. Think at least 8 people inside of your club. Now you also have an option, as I learned from Ann Golden, that you could have 2 clubs that help host the program. So you could have 2 clubs. Only one club becomes the official host and one specific coordinator from each club though. So that is one way that you can consider pulling it together. Meanwhile, booster club, and based on that they have overlapping kind of things, you need more members. You need a strong core for your club. And thank you for being the person raising your hand to get that going. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you very much, Sheryl.
You're welcome. I believe to our logistics team, we have, let me know if you want to keep going a little bit here, but I do honor people's time. So if you did need to hop off, I certainly respect that too.
I see Melissa has a question. She has her hand up.
That who does?
Melissa Spiegler.
We
I
just
think
answered
we
her
already
question.
answered that
Oh,
We
okay,
did.
so we could
Go
move
ahead and lower
your
your
hand up.
hand.
So Sheryl, there was Dorothy Jenkins asked, has there ever been
yes.
a flyer that you've never been able to fix?
I accept that challenge.
And what I'm referring to, Cheryl, what I'm referring to also, besides never been able to fix it, how long did it take you to come up with a formula in order to fix your flyers and others?
My degree is in commercial art from San Diego. And I've always loved being in graphic design. And that's why too, let's see, I started at age 13, but I didn't include that, in my 47 years of graphics. I look at things and and with journalism and photography, as well as graphic design behind me, then I look at things and I think, would this make sense to me? And if it doesn't, what needs to change in order for me to understand it, to be compelled to reply? And that's what I look for. Sometimes it means digging a little deeper into what that organization is or that business or whatever that might be. But I look for, what are the benefits? What are the benefits? Does this relate to me? Would I attend? Or what is it missing in order for me to decide to attend? And often when I look at materials designs, they just need to be tweaked. They're not a scrap it, start over. It's like, okay, let's change the colors. All right, let's add the logo here. All right. So based on the formula, that formula, I probably started creating easily 30 years ago. And I find that there's also parallels between speaking and marketing, which is, one of my brands of Speak and Market Like a Pro. And I do both of those individually, but they're parallels. Because if we open a speech with the pain that people are feeling, it's a pattern interrupt. It's the same thing in speaking as it is in marketing. And then what is it that we want them to do as a result of hearing our message? Same thing as in reading our message. What do we want them to do? How can we help? How can we help? How can we be of service for what their particular challenge issue is? So it's the same thing. Yeah. Okay, great. You're welcome. Connor, I see you raising your hand. Oops, sorry, I'll come back in just a second. Okay, Connor, go ahead.
Okay, I was just wondering, what software do you use to make?
Use whatever you've got. Use whatever you have, and then apply these techniques to it. So for instance, when people have me review things, it may be anything from iPages, iKeynote, PowerPoint, Word. Oh, let's see. I can review things from PDFs. I'm Mac environment, so just no publisher files that people can have me review it as a PDF and give them feedback that way. But Canva, oh gosh, let's see, anything in the Creative Suite, use what you've got. If it's Photoshop, if it's Illustrator, use what you've got and make it work. So Publisher is preloaded with like 1,600 different templates that you can take this concept and create your own type of template. Same thing with Word. I've seen some incredible things designed in PowerPoint. So use what you got. Use what you got.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. What do you use, Connor?
Nothing at the moment.
Oh, okay. Then start simple. Just start simple. Play around with it, pull things together.
All
Yeah.
right, thanks.
You're welcome. Linda, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Thanks, Cheryl. I understand what you're saying about the importance of using the TI branding colors and the TI branded fonts. And I do have a question about one of the clubs I'm in, Golden Triangle. We're a really fun club. We've posted flyers on Nextdoor for events such as disco night, murder mysteries, dog nappings, coronation of the king. And we've noticed when we use the TI branded colors and fonts and post those, we don't get anywhere close to the amount of hits that we get in interest when we make our postings for our club fun. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of, as far as the difference in how many clicks we're getting and any kind of response. Are you still saying that as a club, we need to make sure to use that TI branding?
All right. So TI, thank you very much, Linda. And I've seen a lot of your fun things and they really do look fun and bright and cheerful and everything else. Consider keeping the Toastmaster logo on there, perhaps down at the bottom. This fun event sponsored by, and then name the club with the Toastmaster logo, even though you have other colors that are being used. Keep in mind who is that market. If it is truly an external message to bring in people who know nothing about Toastmasters, make sure that that's very crystal clear in the messaging. You know, Toastmasters is a safe, supportive environment for you to practice communication and leadership skills. You know, plus you also run the youth leadership programs. So same thing, they have to be fun for that particular market. Just be mindful of what you're doing and then follow the template as far as relevance, confirmation, and action, Toastmaster logo at the bottom. I think you're good. I've seen a lot of the fun things that you're doing. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. One more question. Oh, and Golden. Okay. Yes,
Hi, Cheryl.
dear. Hi, Ann.
Hi, awesome presentation as always. I
Thank
do
you.
have a question because I get feedback when I create marketing material and when I create my presentation saying, well, you don't have all the same fonts on the slide. Now, when I looked up the branding, Gotham is considered a heading.
Mm-hmm.
And Myriad, I'm not saying that right.
Myriad
is considered more content. Is my interpretation correct?
That is correct. And remember now you also get Corinthia.
Oh, I love that. You know that.
So you can sprinkle things in there using that. You'll see that when I do presentations that are for Toastmasters, I adhere to the branding, the fonts, the colors. However, when I'm doing other programs that are not Toastmaster related, then my fonts are going to be in my own company's branding. So you're fine. It depends on what you're doing them for. But because we are each brand ambassadors for our global organization, that's why we need to be consistent. So my suggestion is be mindful. Who is it for? Are we representing the organization?
Thank you.
Great to have you here, Ann. Thanks. All right, district leaders. Anything else before we wrap up? Alex, go ahead.
No, I think I want to thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. This session was wonderful. I want also like to thank Nico, our club growth director, for putting this event together, and our district director, Sujata. And I also I'd like to thank our immediate past district director and our finance manager, Joyce Persicali, who is always very supportive for our district. and our members.
Thank you. And again, when you want to have speakers for your special events, just ask. Also consider the accredited speakers. Again, we'd love to be of support for you. And thank you again to Joyce, who introduced me to District 5 Trio in the Bahamas. So you need to get out there. You need to be present and invite people into your club. People like me, who you never know are going to be around nearly 4 decades later. So again, it's been my privilege to support you. Get out there and market like a pro.